Hey friends, so now last week a friend of mine called me and asked, Para, this year I finally wanted to decide, should I become a data analyst or a data engineer? And I know many of you have the same question, so I thought why not to share my answer with you. And of course, to decide, first you need a clear understanding of both roles, and this is exactly what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna walk you through a full comparison so you can understand the key differences and choose the path that actually fits you the best. And of course, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Para and I have been working in data projects for over 17 years, working in big companies here in Germany. So welcome to my channel where I'm sharing everything that I know from my experience. And now I'm gonna say, let's get started.
Let's get the party started.
Let's get the party started. Not the way I taught you.
The first question that I want you to understand is, what is data analyst and data engineer? If you know already my style, you know that I'm gonna go and show you now some sketches. So now in companies, actually we have in one side people that want to make important decisions like managers, stakeholders, business teams. And on the other sides, we have of course the company's data. So at this point, what happens usually, companies hire data analysts to dig into the data to find insights and answers to those critical questions. So as a data analyst, you're gonna go and try to find the answer using the data, and your output usually looks like a dashboard, a report, or maybe presentations like using PowerPoint. So it is very simple. You are answering business questions using data. But here, of course, we have an issue. The company's data are usually really hard to extract, to prepare, and for that, the company is gonna go and hire data engineers. So data engineers build systems. They develop something called data pipelines to move that data smoothly from the different company sources. Then it's gonna get cleaned, prepared to be used at the end by the data analyst. So now by looking to this big picture, you can understand exactly the roles. As a data engineer, you are builder, you are building systems, and your output gonna be data pipelines and the data products. And of course, your customers are usually other data professionals like data analysts. And as a data analyst, you sit between the data and the business. So your output is insights, answers, dashboards, reports. And your customers gonna be the business users and the decision makers. This is what the data analyst and data engineer means. So now, next I want you to understand what is a normal day actually looks like, so you can develop a feeling whether this is something that you would enjoy doing every day or something that you would hate. And by the way, to be honest, in many real projects, you might end up like me doing both roles. So now I'm gonna tell you how was my day as a data analyst. Usually the first thing that I do in the morning is open the most important dashboards and reports to check the numbers to see what have been changed over the night, and at the same time I will be checking all my emails to see if anyone from the business has questions or issues related to the data. And usually I'm gonna find questions and issues whether I'm checking on my own or reading some emails. So next what happened, I open SQL and start writing queries to investigate the data to find what causes the issue and have some answers. Once I understand what is happening, it is time to communicate. So either I'm gonna communicate it to my department and team by writing an email, or maybe to call the person who asked the question and start explaining my findings. So actually this cycle, this process is the big part of my day. It is reacting to ad hoc questions, either something that I found on my own or from the business, and using data and SQL, I'm gonna try to find the answers. And once I find something, I go and communicate it to the others. And of course, if there is a free time, I will be working on my side projects, like for example building standard reports and dashboards using Power BI, or in many large modern companies I might be contributing on building data products for my department. So what is that? It is well documented and refined data from my domain that's gonna be reused from multiple teams and projects in order to do things like AI, analytics, and maybe to mix it with other domains. So this is how my day gonna looks like as a data analyst. And now my friends, if you are serious about becoming a data analyst or a data engineer, I want to mention a platform that I've been recommending for a while, DataCamp. What makes it powerful is that it is fully hands-on and interactive. You are not just watching someone else code, you are writing code yourself, solving real problems, and working with real datasets from that day one. If you are aiming for data analytics, their data analyst with Python track, fantastic place to start. It takes you from Python basics to advanced skills like like cleaning data, exploring datasets, and creating visualizations to answer their real business questions. But now, if you decide by the end of the video to become a data engineer, the data engineer Python track is just as strong. It is focused on the data pipelines, working with databases, and processing data using Python, which is fully aligned with the data engineering task. Both tracks follow a clear step-by-step path, so you always know what to learn next. Those two gonna prepare you as well for industry recognized certifications, which is great to prove your skills to employers. So if you want a structured hands-on way to grow your Python skills, whether for analytics or engineering, then check the links in the description, and as well I can get you 25% discounts. So now let's switch back to my main job, and this is how my day gonna looks like as a data engineer. Now I start usually my day by looking at my phone, checking the monitoring dashboard in Power BI to see whether my pipelines are running successfully and whether we have any data quality issues. And here's a small tip from me: I said at the morning and not at night, so before going to bed don't go and check any pipelines, otherwise you will not sleep well. So now the result of the monitoring gonna define my whole day. If something failed, then suddenly everyone becomes my best friend. Well, I can tell you a lot of stories at my work. So the data analysts have bad numbers on their dashboards, the data scientists have a bad model. You might get called from managers that's gonna tell you, you know what, no one is trusting your data, so suddenly everyone is asking the same question: what happened to my data? My business users are actually not trusting anymore my dashboards. So you will get blamed about the bad data. Now next, of course, I try not to panic, so I take deep breath and try to calm down, and I start digging through the logs like a detective, maybe checking whether some schema changed, some missing files, API limits, infrastructure issues, connectivity issues, maybe someone from my team changed something in the production. So now if the problem in my pipelines, I'm gonna go and fix it and rerun the jobs in order to make everyone happy. But now if the issue comes from the source system, which is 90% of all issues comes actually from the sources, then actually I'm stuck. From one side I have to wait and keep as well asking the source team whether they fixed it or when they gonna do that, and from the other side I have to make everything clear what is the issue and explain the situation, and as well I'm gonna tell them I'm waiting like you.
Wait for me! Shortcut! Shortcut!
But I have to keep updating them with the news, and once the source fixes the issue, then I'm gonna rerun my pipelines in order to make everyone happy. So yes, communications becomes a surviving skill as a data engineer. Now the other scenario, which is my favorite one, if the monitoring saying everything is okay and there are no issues at all, then finally I can do my job as a data engineer. And here there are a lot of things that I can do, like connecting new source system, adding new tables, maybe exploring the data using SQL, writing new pipelines using PySpark and Python, and as well trying to find where my system is slow and try to optimize the performance of the infrastructure and the platform. Or I might go and start testing new technology, new platforms. Now it's crazy, we are getting frequently new stuff for data engineering. So I can say my work as data engineer gonna be invisible, but it is the backbone of any data-driven company. If I do my job well, then actually nobody gonna notice, but if something breaks, then everyone gonna notice. This is actually the life of a data engineer. Okay, I'm gonna say enough trauma. Let's go back to the topic. Now I'm gonna show you a quick side-by-side comparison. So starting with the tools, only the key one, not everything. As a data analyst, you have to master SQL and data visualizations like Power BI. And as a data engineer, there are a lot of things, but if I have to go and pick two, it's gonna be SQL and Python. Now, if I want to say one core thing for each role, I'm gonna say SQL is the #1 skill as a data analyst, and Python gonna be the #1 skill for you as a data engineer. Now about the coding skills and level, I'm gonna say for data analyst it's gonna be like low to medium. You will be writing some queries and some scripts to analyze the data, but it is not that heavy like data engineers. As data engineers, you build things only by coding using Python and maybe PySpark. So I'm gonna say the level gonna be high as a data engineer. Okay, Okay, next about math, which scares most of you. I'm gonna say for data analyst, it's gonna be medium. You need to learn some statistics in order to understand the trends and to read the charts and work with data. But as a data engineer, I'm gonna say some basics because actually we are just designing and building systems. Now moving on to the domain knowledge. As a data analyst, you have to have some deep knowledge of the domains. So you have to understand the processes, you have to understand how the business and the company works. Without the domain knowledge, actually you cannot be a good data analyst. But for the data engineers, I'm gonna say moderate because you need it only to build maybe some data models and as well to build the business rules in the last layer in your system. And if you struggle, of course, we usually get the help from the business people or from data analysts. So you don't need really deep knowledge in the domain. Now about the difficulty, I'm gonna say it is between easy and medium to become a data analyst. But for data engineers, since we need deeper knowledge in programming and distributed systems and architecture, I'm gonna say it's gonna be harder to become a data engineer compared to data analyst. Now about the salaries, of course, this depends on the country. For USA, it is between like 75k and 110k, something like that. But the salary of data engineer gonna be higher than analyst. So the range could be between 110 and 180. So data engineering pays more because technically harder and you are building like data system that everyone depends on. And as well, fewer people can do it well and successfully. The demand, I'm gonna say both of them are really high, but currently for data engineering, it's gonna be very high because of AI. Now, companies are focusing on the AI use cases, and for that you need clean, good prepared data, and for that we need data engineers. That's why currently engineering is booming. Time to job, if you want to go from zero to hero, it's gonna be fast for you to become a data analyst compared to data engineer. It's gonna be slower. Now about the communications, I'm gonna say it's gonna be high for data analysts because you are always explaining the data and connecting with many business users. So you're gonna spend a lot of time writing emails and going to meetings and talking to people. But for data engineers, it's gonna be low because usually are working in team and behind the scenes. And now we come to the visibility. I'm gonna say for data analysts, it's gonna be high because you are working directly with the business users. You are the front end for them. And if something awesome happens, then you're gonna celebrate it with the business users. But the visibility for the data engineers is gonna be low because again, we work at the back end and behind the scenes. So this is the big picture. This is quickly the differences between those two roles. Now, of course, we come to the big question about the future and the AI. Will AI replace both of them? Well, I can only speculate. I don't know the future. I'm gonna say based on what I see in the industry, AI gonna automate a lot of routine of the data analyst work. Things like basic reports and dashboard generation, those stuff gonna be done completely with the AI. We don't need a data analyst to create things in the Power BI. There will be a lot of changes about this role, maybe focusing more on the decision making, about building data products and doing more data engineering as a data analyst. On the other hand, I see completely different effect for data engineers. The demand gonna increase even more than before because, as I said, companies gonna start realizing something very important. AI is only as good as the data behind it. If the quality of the data is bad and incomplete, unreliable, AI results gonna be as well bad. Here in Germany, we say garbage in, garbage out.
His name is garbage.
So my friends, companies not only need data engineers to become data-driven company, as well they need them in order to become AI-driven company. So I'm gonna say if you enjoy coding and building systems, then go for it, become a data engineer. This path has a very strong future. Actually, my friends, that's it. This is all my recommendation for now. If you enjoy this type of content, then support the channel by subscribing, liking, and commenting to reach nice people like you. And if you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.